Hey, what's up guys, it's Epically Noob with you guys again for a third video today, which is how to build your soul bad guy and also Baiken. Okay, so let's go through the details. This is the hero card of soul bad guy. So he's a fire type warrior Sagittarius and has defense devotion on the top 2. Now his stats is gonna be quite odd. He has quite low defense for a warrior, low HP for a warrior. His attack is generally quite okay. His speed is amazing though, but his crit chance is really high as well. Now we know that from the previous video, he needs a lot of crit. He needs to have 100% crit as much as possible or as close as possible. And his speed, honestly, we'll go through that in the later half. Like, okay, I won't say later half, like really soon. So this is what his skills look like if you guys haven't seen it previously. Yes. Okay. Now his skill kit is honestly pretty unique. So what he does is that he does counter on his S2 when the enemy uses a non-attack skill, so that means a buff or a heal. So that is something interesting that you guys want to look at. And also he's very boss centric, which means that he does deal damage proportional to the enemy's HP. As for how many HP that it does, how many percent HP that it does, I'm not too sure, but it might follow something similar to Bellona's 4% on S1. Might be a little bit higher because it's on S2 and S3. So yeah, just take whatever I say with a pinch of salt for now. Okay, so judging from his kit and also his stats, he doesn't need to stack that much speed because he does counter attack a lot, especially when the enemy is gonna be buffing or using a heal. So yes, but fighting spirit does stack. I'm guessing that it's gonna stack 10 at a time, or perhaps up to a total of 15 or 20 at a time. So if it's 20, it's gonna take 5 turns, 5 of his turns to stack it up. If it's 10, it's gonna be 10 turns. 15, it's gonna be about 7 turns around there. So yes, depending on how much fighting spirit gains at each hit or at each crit, it will change the whole build a lot. So if it's gonna be like 10 or 15%, it's very recommended to go a crit. Sorry, not crit, but it's very recommended to go counter set because you want to stack that fighting spirit as much as possible because of this Roman cancel. So when he does activate Roman cancel on the ally's turn, he gets a duration of buff increase and also an extra turn. So basically he does a lot more. Then again, you also want to have quite a decent amount of speed on him. I would say about more than 180 speed, or at least 170 speed if you can't get to that high, just so that he can uh, rotate through his skills as fast as possible and also use his S1 as much as possible. So the more he uses his S1, the more he can proc Roman cancel. Now his S3 is just a dispel, which I don't really think I need to go through that much, but he does have this in damage that increases proportional to the enemy's max health, so that means he's very boss centric, and that also means that you need a lot of crit damage. So it's like using a Daydream Joker. It's like a free Daydream Joker on his S2 and S3. So if I say it's like 5% on each, then it's gonna be quite a lot of damage. So crit damage will just take on that damage and just multiply it like flat on. I'll do a calculation on Excel sometime somehow when I get the time. But yes, this is what you guys need to take note of. He needs a lot of speed, so about 180 speed, um, with as much crit damage as possible with about 100% crit. But he has a base of 27% crit, which is really good. His attack is, it's good to have really high attack, but honestly speaking, if you guys can get about 2000 attack to 2500 attack, that is more than enough. The speed wise, honestly speaking, if you can get a 180 speed, it should be more than enough as well, because I don't think he's gonna be a first turner. He's probably gonna be a mid liner, so like he goes in the middle, but at the same time you want to get some health, probably about 12,000 to about 15,000 if you can. Of course, it's not compulsory. The health is not compulsory. The defense is not compulsory as well. You want to get 1,000 defense for all characters, of course, but usually it's not obtainable in reality. But judging on how his kit looks, the most important stat here is crit damage, crit chance, and also his speed. So the way you can build him, if you want like an easy way out, is that you use a speed boot and also a speed set. So basically you just stack a lot of speed. He's probably going to touch 200 speed with no issue, but then you have the crit set as well, so have the easy 100% crit. Other alternative builds, if you want to stack a lot of crit damage really easily, you can just go with a speed boot, but you want at least the crit damage set, so you can stack a lot of crit damage. So you want to do like crit damage crit set with also the main stats of crit damage, attack, and speed. So you have at least around 250 to 300% crit damage and at least around 85% crit rate. And also the speed should be able to reach about 170 speed quite easily. So apart from that, like I said, if your the fighting spirit is gonna increase very little at a time, then counter set will be the most recommended. So you're gonna counter and crit. As you can see, crit is very important right here, like super important. So just take note of that. And yes, if you can drop the crit set because you have like godly subs, then congratulations. You can use like attack HP or attack unity or something that would be really nice as well. Now I did mention in the previous video that the Roman cancel may be able to be procced on a dual attack, so unity set is a consideration. So if you can proc a unity like from another hero's S1 and unity procs, dual attack, you hit, you stack your fighting spirit from 90 to 100, I think it should be able to proc Roman cancel immediately. So that means you get the extra turn immediately after your dual attack, which is really nice. And I'm not sure if they will fix this. I'm not sure if this will be a thing. But if it does become a thing, then this is going to be really broken. So keep that in mind. And yes, this will be for Soul Badguy. Now let's get down to Baiken. So this is where you find the hero cards, Baiken. Now Baiken is going to be an Earth, Thief, Scorpio, and her devotion is going to be attack percentage for all the slots except for herself. So she is generally, I would say, one of the harder characters to build for this collab. I'm not sure about Dizzy and Ino yet, but from her stats, she seems like she's gonna be like the hardest to build, like for now. Okay, so her attack is really high at 1.2k. Her health is extremely high, like really close to Ravi's. Okay, maybe Ravi is a bit of a stretch, but yeah. Her health is really high at 6k, 6.2k. Her speed is kind of disappointing for a thief, but I would say it's acceptable. 113. Her defense is really sad, but it's also expected of a thief, so oh well. The crit chance is 23%, and the effectiveness is 0, which is worrying because she just dropped a lot of debuffs with a lot of bleed. So she bleeds through her. Okay, let's not go through that. Okay, as you can see, she bleeds. And yes, she needs a lot of effectiveness, as you can see. So effectiveness set is definitely a go-to if you guys can get the crit chance. So if you guys are new to the game and you guys just got Baiken, it's recommended that you go double crit set with one effectiveness set. So you should be able to stack at least 40% effectiveness for new players and at least 85% crit chance for new players as well. Because the crit chance is needed for the S1 cooldown decrease, the S2, the extra turn, and also the S3 for combat readiness increase. So everything needs crit. So please, you need to get a lot of crit. Now, as you can see, I mean, if you guys know, right, the bleed actually scales off the attack that you have. so you need a lot of attack. As for crit damage wise, it's good to have at least 200% for all characters. I know it's kind of hard because I know even my Vildred is not even at 200%, it's only at 162. So yes, but more importantly, since she's like, how do you say, she has menses a lot. Yeah, menses. Yeah. Let's. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so let me just get back to it. Let me just put this on pause. And yeah, pause. Hey, okay, let's. Okay, we're back. I think we're back. Okay, so for this, it looks like she needs a lot of bleed. No, I mean she needs a lot of effectiveness as well. So please do get around 55% effectiveness is you guys if you guys can. You don't have to consider the crit damage too much if you guys can afford to. And also you guys might want to max out the crit chance to about 100%, and the attack stack as much as possible. Like if you can get 4000 attack, just stack all the way to 4000 attack. If you guys can't, 3000 attack is good as well, but try not to go below 3000 because the bleed does scale off your attack. So yes, it's very important for you to get like as much attack as possible, as much effectiveness as possible. Speed as well. Speed, you want to get enough speed, like so that she can become a second turner. So your first turn will probably be a combat readiness booster, followed by her, and she'll boost your combat readiness for your other guys as well. So she becomes a second combat readiness booster, as well as a sub DPS. And yeah, depends on where you're gonna use her. If you're gonna use her in um raid, in bosses, then you don't really need a lot of speed. But if you guys are gonna use her in PvP just as a sub combat readiness booster, you want to have a lot of speed, at least enough to be number 2. So your first combat readiness booster, followed by Baiken, then followed by your debuffer, followed by your DPS. Now, recommended sets, as I mentioned before, for the newer players, you guys want to focus on hit set followed by 2 crit sets. On the right side, you're gonna have speed and also a lot of attack. So attack, speed. On crit, hit set. Yes. Okay, if you guys are not new, you guys can afford it. You guys can go on attack set with crit and just stack as much crit chance as possible, as much attack as possible, so that your bleed can just, like, menses the enemy out. If not, you guys can just use speed set and crit, or speed set and hit if you guys can't get the effectiveness up. Apart from that, crit damage is a viable option as well, but she doesn't really need the crit damage all that much. And okay, let's see. What other sets do we have? Lifesteal is an option as well, but I don't think you guys will want to waste that bleed on lifesteal as well. So the most optimal option, in my opinion, is actually attack set with hit set. And you guys will definitely need to stack the crit up to 100% as much as possible. But that is going to be a really hard deal. But if you guys can do it, you guys are going to be top tier Baiken users. So yes, that's how I would suggest building Baiken, and also Soul Badguy. So so yes, that'll be it for this video. Cheers and peace out.